JV8 Studios. We got Aysha, filmmaker, scriptwriter, producer in the building. This episode, sponsored by Streets of Art, live on JV8 Studios. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. So yeah, we got Aysha in the building. So how did you get interested in filmmaking? Where did it all start, Aysha? Tell me.
Oh my God, it's such a long story. But I started out as an actress. So back in, 15 years ago now, even longer, I started training at the Aysha Theatre School. And I did a lot of productions, so TV. I was in a drama called Breach, a web series for about 3 years. See, not a lot of people know this about me as well. Do you get what I mean?
Acting before.
Yeah, I used to do acting. So I had like a little role in EastEnders. I did Hotel Babylon. I did loads of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, who did you play in EastEnders?
I just did it was a supporting role in Ronnie and Moxie's bar. Do you remember the bar that
R&R?
Yeah, R&R.
Yeah, R&R.
Oh my God, they had me in these little gold hot pants, and I used to have to just walk around, but I had like little lines and stuff like that in there, but nothing major. Did films. I used to model as well, so I've done like campaigns, TVCs. So I've always been in the industry. I've always been doing stuff. In terms of filmmaking, I embarked on my filmmaking journey in 2014 after leaving uni, when I studied my creative writing degree. And it was just sort of, I fell into it really because a friend had been writing a script and he asked me to look at it. So I just came off a creative writing degree. So he's like, can you sort of look at the scripts and blah, 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 blah. And then we was like, all right, let's just make it. So we just went in.
Just happened like that. From there you made the film.
Yeah, just literally guerrilla style, just made the film. Do you get what I mean? Like feature film as well. And that's really how it all sort of snowballed and kicked off, really.
And what was that genre of that film?
That was a gangster film. That was a gangster film.
Crime drama,
a street
thriller.
It was called Residential, and it was about a ex-Jamaican gangster who came to London to change his life around, and invested his money in a club called Residential. But then he got roped back in from one of his brethren to do one final move, and it ended in like a fatal twist.
Catastrophe.
Yes, tragic.
Okay,
it was tragic. Yeah.
Okay, where can we see that? Is it out?
No, so that's a long story with that, but basically it never got really released online or anything. It just did like this festival circuit.
What was your role in that film?
I was a co-writer and producer, casting director, so I did all of that.
You audition each act for the film to see if they were the right role for.
Yeah, so looked at all the actors, held auditions, and then just pulled all the strings in terms of producing, so travel, expenses, making sure the budget. We didn't have a budget, but we had obviously our own money going in there, and you still need to spend buying food and make sure catering's there. And then I managed to get like stylists and also it was good. It was proper. Like for first film, we went in. It was really good. Like we did good. It went in the Buff Festival, the British Urban Film Festival.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was in there, so it was all right.
It was moving. And that was in 2014, so going on from there, did that inspire you now to write something of your own material from there?
So I had Absent, and I also had other little shorts and stuff like that. So going back before I started doing acting, I used to run a company called Artist Quick. So it was like a music entertainment company. And we used to do a lot of productions anyway. We didn't say, we're making short films, but we would making short films because we had this online magazine called Ethos. It was like a visual magazine, and it had all different elements to it. So we'd go to showcases, we'd go to events, we'd get invited to behind the scenes on MTV events, the VMAs. We was everywhere, interviewing celebrities. It was proper. Do you get what I mean? But this time the industry was stagnant. It wasn't really much of an underground industry. I'm talking about Sway, Estelle, Keisha White.
Film industry or music industry?
Music,
Music,
but
yeah.
we did a lot of film stuff, like, 'cause we were shooting all the time. So we was always
Right,
doing
okay.
production.
Yes,
do you get what I
yes,
mean?
yes.
So before I made residential, like, I had stuff written there.
Okay, cool. So so you've been writing, like, it's been a process for you. So you had Absent, which is gonna be in production coming soon,
Yeah.
but also you started your own production company,
Yeah.
A Scott Productions. Now, how did that begin?
So A Scott Productions, I started that after I did residential. So I left uni and I was just thinking, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna be like a writer on some big programs, and do you get what I mean? But it's such a difficult industry. So it was just like knocking on doors. Everyone was just like, no, basically. So I couldn't get in. They was either like,
Why are they saying no? Was it experience or?
I think sometimes it's like, because when you're freelance, because I'm always on my grind, innit, like doing different stuff. So my CV's always building up, and I think sometimes they just get a bit scared, innit? Like, maybe you're going to come and take their role, or,
Oh, damn.
you know,
Okay.
the stuff like that. Or
Yeah.
just back then, there was no diversity stuff anyway. So they're not interested in black writers back then. This is like, how many years ago now? Do you get what I mean? So they'd be interested in taking you on, because it's still hard now to get a job in the industry. So I just thought, you know what, I'm setting up my own production company. So I set up A Scott Productions, and then I made my first short film under that production, It Still Hurts.
Okay, it still hurts. And what's the genre of that one?
That one's a drama. It's a prison drama, so it's about childhood traumas and how, like, the impact of sort of parental violence, you know, like abuse and violence, can have an effect on young boys to end up in street crime and stuff like that. So that was another hard-hitting one. So all my stuff is message-based, so I only do sort of message-based material.
And who was the director?
A guy called Tim Porter was the director on that one. So I just wrote that and produced it, and sort of edited it as well.
Oh, you edited it.
Yeah.
And produced it, and you wrote the script.
Yeah.
And working alongside the director and the DOP, how was that experience for you at that time? Because was that your second feature film, or was you?
That was my second film, yeah.
Second
So
film,
that was a
yeah.
short, yeah.
Cool. So you were still kind of, did you have more experience of learning the process, or was you still learning as you was going?
I was still learning then, to be honest, and the team was still learning, because all my films so far that I've made has mainly been with, like, people that are on the way up, innit? Like, they're training and stuff as well. So Bradley Stern was the guy that we used for that. He was the DOP, and he was studying at Ravensbourne. He was studying film, so we worked with him. Tim had a bit of experience. He'd directed quite a few bits and bobs and stuff like that. But I think once you're in a collaborative team, you're just like friends, innit? It's not like stressful, because obviously it's indie. So it's more relaxed than in a more professional environment where you can get away with a lot more. But there was a lot of learning curves to learn from that film.
I can imagine. What was
A lot.
Name like 2 challenges that you faced. 2 challenges.
2 challenges one was the editing. I wasn't happy with it, because I'm very particular with what I want. So because it was under my production, I just hired people. So it's like I own the material. Yeah. So I get to have the say with, like, the editing and everything like that.
Freelance editor to.
Yeah, so the DOP, he was the editor as well, and he edited it, and I just didn't like the way he edited it, and we got into, like, a kind of dispute about it, because he tried to put this soft side on it and stuff, but it's like, that's not what it's about. Do you get what I mean? Like, you got the script, this is what it's about, and he didn't want to change anything. So it was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to get edited elsewhere. So it was just little things like that. The other thing was, I'd say, was timing. So we hired at the police cell and stuff, I think 2 days, but definitely could have done with a few more days. Okay. Because it's just, you just get better material in it, and you've got more time. You need more time. Yeah. So that was that. Yeah, those I'll say those are the 2
timing
biggest
and the
things.
editing.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that instance.
But to go into the editing slightly more,
Yeah.
Like, How did he manage to come up with something that was so way off from the script, if that's what he was going by and that's what he had shot?
Because I just gave him his free reign, innit?
Right,
So when I work with creatives, I like to let people do their role, innit? So if you say you're an editor, I say, okay, you can edit it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let me see what you got, innit? Like first edit, because they say you get it's 3 films, innit? They're shooting, then you got you got the script, the shooting, and the edit. Do you get what I mean? So I like to give people the go ahead. Like, you edit it, let me see what vision you're gonna come up with for the piece. And then so we never really discussed it like that. So it was more like after, when we watched it, and it was like the certain bits were good, like, do you get what I mean? It looked alright.
Was there a storyboard for it? Or
did we have a story? Yeah, we did have a storyboard, yeah. So we did have a storyboard, for that one.
Okay, cool. And from there, you hired another editor.
Got it done.
And then where was that featured now?
That's on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
So yeah, it still has. That's on my YouTube channel.
Nice.
Check the quality and workflow. JV8, yeah, we're doing loads. In the booth, I'm in a different mode. Take a flight, I'm in a different zone. Check the quality and workflow. JV8, yeah, we're doing loads. In the booth, I'm in a different mode. Take a flight, I'm in a different zone. I'm in my bag, I'm not in my feelings. I'm running through cash, I'm running through.
And what else does A. Scott Productions do as well?
So we got a trading arm, A. Scott Academy, where we train young people in filmmaking, creative writing, performance, music, so all sort of areas in media entertainment, from the age of 7 to 25.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so we do workshops and that. They're going really good. They started off really good. We kicked it off in like 2018, and then obviously we had COVID. So things slowed down a bit. But yeah, at the minute I'm just kind of like I'm speaking with some investors to expand, because I want my academy, like I want my proper school.
Yes, I can see it. And with the schools, so he's going to offer different courses.
Yeah, I think it needs to be more bespoke, like just up the game a bit, because we've got like the Brit school, but things need to be shaken up. Do you get what I mean? Like, everyone's got a different idea of the creative industry, and I just feel like, because even my workshops, I just think they're just different to like any of the workshops
what makes
out
them
there.
Different?
Because I attend to the children's needs, like how they can benefit. And then I also bring in my expertise of being on set and being an actress and being a writer, because I'm obviously doing all different roles. So I know how to give them that training from all different elements. So it's not just going to be about acting, it's going to be about emotions behind the camera. So I mainly specialise in acting for TV and film.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really mess with the theatre right now.
And what do you think of method acting?
Yeah, I think they're all good, innit? Method acting, like, all of them is...
What's the other sort of acting?
You got Stanislavski. What is the other one? Oh, you put him on the spot now.
what? Wait, break down Stanis... wait, say it one more time.
Stanislavski. So Stanislavski is more about just being in it, like being present in, like listening and reacting and being in. It's like your response kind of thing. So you know, when method acting is sort of like you're doing an understudy of a character kind of thing. It's more about you reacting to responses, in it, to action. It's about using your imagination. So he goes into all of that sort of stuff. But I don't really do that as much right now, because I'm working more with younger kids, so you don't want to mess up their brain too much with all of that stuff. But I'm more just like really try to... I think the main thing in my workshops is about confidence and bringing children into their natural gifts, because I feel every child's got a gift, isn't it? So it's just about nurturing that gift for them, and it's just amazing to see when they come to when, like, the end of term, what they're producing. It's like top quality stuff, do you get what I mean? And they come there, they're like, I'm not going on camera, I'm not doing this. And then they leave, and it's like...
They're super confident when they come out of it.
Super confident, like talent shining, like everything proper. So
from there, you work with them from literally what's like the skill level they go in, how would you describe their level as when they start with you? Is it like entry level, or some of them come through with some experience, or?
It's all different at the moment. I'd say it's a mixture. So some of the kids, they've been on big staff. So my son attends the classes. He's done quite a bit in acting. And then some of them, they've never acted. They've just got an interest in it. But I think from the interest is there, it's easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they're going to be interested. And then some of them are just raw talent, like just gifted, innit? Like just get it. This little girl in my class, she's just so talented. Like just, she understands, like without you even doing too much.
The role of acting.
Yeah, like just doing acting. So I do think as well. So I've got my creative writing workshops, which are beats, rhymes, lyrics and poetry. So they're really popular and they're really good.
Are you leading the workshops as well?
Yeah, okay. I'm leading the workshops at the moment. So I'm, like I was saying before, I'm trying to expand now. So I've been approached by some investors and just looking at expansion and how I can sort of like just make them bigger, innit? And then obviously market them and just take them to different areas and stuff like that. But yeah, my beats, rhymes, lyrics and poetry workshops, they're more like the music production side and for singers, songwriters, rappers,
Okay, so
poets.
you're teaching them how to construct a song, how to write lyrics.
Yeah.
Nice.
And how to write poetry, so they can do songwriting, spoken word, or we do sort of speeches. So you might want to be speech, and it's all about giving our young people a voice on things that matter to them, like letting them know that you can speak up about things that matter to you. So each term I try to stick to a topic. So the last term we did dreams and aspirations.
Cool.
So they all had to come up with a piece around that.
And it was a song or like a poem, or
they did different stuff. Like some of the kids done raps, and these were like bad raps. I'm talking really good raps. Like these are like young kids, innit? And they did raps, they done songs, they done speeches.
Did they record it in a studio and mix it?
No, I'm gonna get a couple of them in the studio, but I did a showcase, so I'll put the link on my website.
Good.
But it's so that we did a massive showcase, invited all the parents down, like their family and everything, and everyone was shocked. It was so good, like proper.
Nice. So that's good to see it all come together, like the work that they're putting in, at the end of it, it comes together as like a showcase. So
I always try to give them something at the end of it. So like we just finished the term and we done little sort of duologues, so little short film pieces that I wrote and filmed and edited.
Nice. And coming back to what you were saying about the young people picking subjects that's important to them, you also did the same with your film Dismissed.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a bit about Dismissed and the whole, like basically the whole process of it. So
okay.
What inspired you to write Dismissed, first of all?
So I was inspired to write Dismissed. So let me tell you a little bit of backstory. So Dismissed was initially a 4-minute piece that I wrote to join the Met School. So for the Met School, you have to do some sort of like short film piece to give an example of your work. So I wrote this short piece and the inspiration came, I was online doing a bit of searching and I came across this article about a young girl that had committed suicide. So it just sort of immediately, it just struck me and I thought, okay, like she was quite young, she was about 13, 14. And then I looked, and she was from the ends, like she was from the area, innit? So people that I knew of her, but I didn't know her myself. So I'm like a bit of an investigator. So when I saw that, I was thinking, oh, what would make like a young girl want to do this kind of thing? So I kind of went on to her Facebook. Like I'm so far, but
Got to do the research.
You got to do your research. So I end up on her Facebook, and I was just going like through the little things and just like, like quite sad about the situation. And then I came across like a post, a status or whatever. And she was like, saying, she was like, I'm tired of this life and it's time to leave or something. And to me, that was like really alarming. And it never had, I think it had 1 like or something like that. But then that other post had likes, and I was like, how does everyone just dismiss this stuff? Do you get what I mean? So that's where it all started the idea started to come from. So I was thinking, right, it's so like mad how people dismiss things. And even like with mental health and that, like you start to realise like if it comes apparent that someone's got mental health, you start to add the dots together and realise that, do you know what?
In hindsight, you reflect and see.
Yeah, you think, okay, I was ignoring certain things that were there. So that's how the idea came about for Dismissed.
And how many drafts of the script was there before you got to the final one?
Well, I did a couple drafts and I did Dismissed when I left uni. So after I left uni, I was going to go and do my master's. And I wrote Dismissed then, but I didn't pick it up till 5 years later. Or how many years later, and then I made it and I extended it and I just added new themes and new concepts. So that's like just brought it to a 30-minute piece because there was obviously more things I wanted to highlight, like in terms of the young girls who do modelling and how they can be like chastised at school. And just how like teachers can pressure young people, like they can have that star pupil in their class and then they're still like, they don't know what that child's going through, but they're always like putting them on show, putting them on display, and that can lead to like young kids getting bullied and isolated. So I wanted to just highlight different things in it, and I didn't want it to be too much because it's only a short piece in it and it's quite heavy. But I think it worked. I think it done its job.
And the teacher that played the role in the film?
Yeah, Cindy Humphrey. Yeah.
I liked her role because it was like, at first she didn't notice. She thought she picked the wrong girl.
Yeah.
That she thought. Because even me, I thought it as well.
Oh, did you think it was her?
Then as it unraveled, it was like, okay, it was interesting to see. Okay. But then it turns out, you know, I don't want to put the spoiler out there. If you go watch it. But it
was a good thing. But that as well, because I feel like bullies are stereotyped into this type of character that they have to look a certain way. It's always like the sort of downtrodden student or whatever not. Do you get what I mean? But at the end of the day, any child can get bullied. Like when I made that film, the amount of parents that came to me or like spoke to me about like situations that happened with their child that got bullied, and these are people like from road and that, do you get what I mean? So you just never know.
You never know, it's true.
You never know. Every child's different and you just don't know what can impact them.
And production wise, was it who was the team on there? So you had the Sam
Me?
Addo.
I'm joking.
Aysha, take all the credit, man. Take it.
I'm joking. So I had Sam's my good friend. He was co-producer on that. Really, really nice guy. Sam really pulls the strings. So anything you need, he's always like gonna deliver.
That's what you want for a producer as well.
You do. Do you get what I mean? So he did that, and then I had AJ James. Like that was his first DOPing job, by the way. So he done really good. Yeah. And then I had my sister. She came on as a first AD.
Yes.
Because she's just got the same brain as me, and I just roped her in. And then I had
starring Tiana.
Yeah, Tiana made a lot of cameo in it as well. And then all of the cast except Cindy were like just drama students. So they've never done anything like that before in their life. So it was a big challenge because this was like me directing that, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. How did you find it with working with young people, like giving them the directions? Was they able to listen to your feedback and everything? How was that process?
Yeah, I think the young people, they were on it. They loved the subject matter, and I went down to the school and I got to know them first, got to know their characters, so straight away I could see who was playing what role. And they were drama students, so they could act anyway, and I think once you're at that level, you're more raw, innit? So you're going to take direction and listen, and they was quite natural actually. I didn't really have any problems with any of them. Like the other lead, Louise Skelly, she was really talented.
Oh yeah, I remember her from the Q&A.
Yeah.
Q&A,
No, not her. You know the one that plays the one that plays Rebecca, the main
yes.
victim.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's Louise. She
Okay.
was really good, just natural talent. So she was easy to direct, and it was really difficult, to be fair, because obviously I was wearing so many hats. So I was
you was
directing and then producing, and then I had to look after AJ and make sure like everything was right. It was his first DOPing job, so there was certain times I'd see him set up a shot and then we'd have to do it again. And then obviously
what was the reasons why you had to do the shots? Was it lighting
lighting was terrible. Lighting was
outdoors, or was it inside, or for the
outside
outdoor
mainly? It was just like up and down, and then it was we lost light.
It's difficult because you're filming in London.
Yeah,
filming in the UK. You're not gonna.
I know.
It's the weather is a big factor, especially when you're filming outdoors.
Yeah, it was a disaster. So we had to add on days. So we had to add on extra days. We did a station scene as well, so that was great. That was easy, the station scene. So we just approached them, told them what we was doing. They said, yeah, we could use the station. So we only had Louise there, and that ran smoothly. It was more just the classes scene because they were non-actors, they were just drama students. They didn't understand about like running over time and like how the production works. So that was a killer.
6 o'clock, they're expecting to
They
leave
was
by
with
6.
their bags and everything, and I'm like, we need another 2 hours. So yeah, that was a bit of a.
When it hits 6:30 and it's, wow, we still here?
Yeah, that was pressure.
Mm.
And then we got the teacher going, oh, how long is it going to be?
Yeah.
Putting all this
pressure
pressure
on. How do you
on.
deal with things like that, like situations like that?
You just
managing
have to,
expectations as well.
You just have to stay calm and exactly that. Manage each scenario at a time, innit? If it's the kids, it's like. But I'm a good planner. Like I'm very strategic, so I always have these things planned out ahead. So I've got the mum's numbers ready, and I'm telling someone from like a good 40 minutes, ring their parents. I'm like, your mum knows already.
Okay.
Do you get on me?
That's good. That's preparation.
Yeah, you have to be prepared, innit? Like poor preparation presents poor performance. So I feel I'm always really prepared, and I'm always like thinking ahead. Like my brain, I can multitask,
and that's the role of a producer as well.
Yeah,
you have to be prepared.
You have to be for the worst as well, because I just think something always goes wrong on a film set. I don't know why.
That's your producer mind talking, you know.
Why?
Because it's like you're always looking at the logistics.
Yeah, it's true.
And you're filling out the health and safety sheet.
Yeah,
and things like
God.
That. Yeah. And what would you say? Because you directed the film as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What could you break down the role of a film director?
Break down the role. I think the role of a film director is you're the leader. You're the visionary. Like you have to make the key decisions for everything that's on that set. Like even although the producer makes a lot of key decisions, the director has to be comfortable with everything, because everything rallies around the director. So if the director's not happy with the producer or a certain actor, then it's not going to work. Do you get what I mean? Because everyone's leading up to the director's vision of what they want to achieve. So I think really it's just about being a leader. It's about being a people's person, because you really need to know how to manage different personalities. I think that is key.
Have
for
the social skills.
You need the social skills, because the people in the industry, like certain creatives, there's a lot of ego. It's just a fact. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get people acting up all the time, and as a director, you just have to be firm, innit? Yeah, you got to make sure you can manage it and stuff. It's not about being nicey. Obviously, you don't want to be like some rigid person, but it's all about the vision for the film,
balance,
innit? Yeah.
So scenario, go on.
No, I was just saying, and then obviously you got to have you got to have vision, innit?
Yeah.
As well. You got to be able to demand stuff. Just really be tenacious, innit? And just say, I'm the director, I'm the boss.
One voice on set. Silence.
Yeah.
Silence on set.
Action.
Cool. And
Meditate on the beat, then I channel my chi. The whip automatic, controlling it manually. Peace came for stacking the paper and charging a fee for a rendered service. There's no way I'm working for free. Clever wordsmiths that moves like a locksmith, cause I break down keys that's sometimes monotonous.
For a scenario, like, let's say you're the director
Yeah.
and there's an actor he's being unprofessional, he's not really performing up to the role or something. Like, how would you deal with a situation like that?
A situation like that, I would take them outside, like take them away from set and find out what's going on, because I think before anything, before our jobs, people are human. You just don't know what's going on with them. Do you get what I mean? So I think it's key to have like solid relationships with your cast and crew and your team before you go on set. So you've got those doorways open so you can pull your actor aside and say like, oh, is everything all right? What's going on? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because to just be erratic and be like, oh, we're losing you or whatever, or get off the set, that's time and money.
Yeah.
So it's better to have those relationships where you can talk to your actors about what's going on. Like, I've worked with difficult actors before. Like, I worked with this guy actor once. I'm not going to say the name.
Okay.
But no, I'm not saying the name.
Say his name.
But every time I gave directions, it's like he would give me the daggers. And it was like, I don't think he was used to, or I don't think he liked like women speaking to him in a certain way. So that became a problem, because if I'd say, oh no, can you do it like this, or just like gave him a bit of direction, it's like the eyes would just be staring and I would be like, screw it.
Not happy.
Like, yeah, exactly. But it's about being direct as well. Like, I'm a very direct person, so I'm just gonna tell you, like, you need to stop that. Like, what is that about?
And also, you're on set for quite a while with them. When you're shooting a film, you're gonna be 8 hours, 9 hours.
Even
you
more.
got to kind of, even more. So you kind of have to, like you said, build a relationship, build a rapport with them.
Yeah,
that will help as well.
exactly. I think that definitely helps. Like, before you get on set, innit? Like, having those boundaries and that sort of relationship.
What would you say was one of the challenges of directing Dismissed, or being the role of director?
On Dismissed?
Yeah.
I think it was wearing all the hats, like doing so many things, because I was doing everything, and it got to a point where it got very, very stressful. And like I said, like the kids like trying to leave, and then there was so much different scenarios going on. And then I'm a perfectionist, so I'm trying to make sure everything's perfect behind the scenes and that as well. Do you get what I mean? And it was difficult. So and then even after the film was made and everything was shot, I had problems with the editor, the next editor again.
Damn, again.
Yeah, so this
What
editor,
went wrong there with the editor?
God knows, but editors, I don't know. But yeah, he had some problems or some issues, but he wasn't saying, and he just left the edit. Like, he wouldn't edit it. Like, so it didn't get edited till a year after, and I had to edit it myself. So me and AJ had to edit that.
1 year later.
Yeah, that's when it got released.
So AJ knows how to edit then?
Yeah, AJ edits.
So he's
as
an
well.
editor, but he was his first DOP.
No, he DOPs. He done DOPing on music videos and stuff. That was his first short film.
As a film?
Yeah.
Okay,
that was his first short film. But yeah, I think these days you have to know how to do everything, innit? You can't just do one thing. You got to do it all, innit? So
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
And was one success of or one part that you was the most happy with about the filming process of Dismissed?
The filming process, I'd say I was most happy that I got it done, because what was you gonna say?
No, the filming.
Oh, the actual shooting.
Yeah.
I was most happy with the train station scene, you know, when she's standing there and then the train's going by.
Oh, yes.
And then it's got all like those different cutaways and that. I think that was my favourite scene. I was really happy with that. It went so smooth. It's not really much issues. And we just kind of knew what we wanted, and it's like we captured it.
Yeah.
So I just love the fact that we got what we wanted in terms of what we discussed and the shot list and everything. So yeah, I'd say that was sort of the most happiest bit of the film.
And then as a whole, it was getting the project completed.
Yeah, it was
That's
getting it done,
Yeah.
because this is like, people don't realize like these short films, they're not cheap. Like they cost a bit of money. Do you get what I mean? Like that must have cost at least about $5,000.
Oh, okay.
Do you get what I'm
What's
saying?
the most expensive component of it?
The most expensive would probably be just paying everyone, innit? Because I pay people. I don't have people working for free on my sets, because I'm a business, innit? So I'm just trying to set that sort of standard, and then obviously, as you get bigger, you can employ more people and stuff. It's about empire. So I always pay people. Like, obviously, it might not be a lot, but just from you're not spending enough out your pocket, innit? I make sure everyone's comfortable. Food on set. That can add up. Like, imagine all the kids
Catering
as well.
budget.
Yeah, catering. Then
The fussy eaters there.
exactly, hire. I had to hire the school.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I had to pay for it. So hiring the school, just loads of
And
lot
was
of
it
things.
a 1 day? Was it over 1 day, or was it a few days to shoot?
It ended up being about 4 days.
4 days.
4 or 5 days, yeah. So it was meant we only scheduled 3, and then we ended up doing 2 more.
2 more. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
And
it's a
now,
lot.
Dismiss got over 1 million views.
Over a million
Over
views,
1 million
yeah.
views on your own channel as well.
Yeah, my
That's
own
a big win, you
YouTube.
know.
I know,
That's
it's
a big win.
proper.
That's a big
And
win.
it's built up my following as well. I've got
Yeah.
like nearly 6,000 subscribers.
Wow.
So yeah,
It's still-
I need
it's
to look
still-
at that
it's
channel.
Still going. It's still going.
Yeah, it's proper. Like engagement and stuff is proper on
Yeah.
that. I've had so many like different offers. I've got some next channel that is going to be getting some on-demand channel it's going on, because it got onto 7 streaming platforms, including Amazon and
I was going to ask,
Apple TV.
when it comes to short films,
yeah.
what's like the different platforms that filmmakers can upload on, and which one would you recommend?
I know they've got Amazon Prime, but I think Amazon's stopping it now. I think they're only doing features or for
Okay.
like known shorts and stuff like that. And then you got Apple TV shorts. I don't know if they stopped it as well. You got Sophie TV. Is it Tubi or something? There's quite a few. There's quite a lot. Yeah, there's quite a few. But some of them you might need a distributor, someone to put it on there, innit?
And what about MYM? Million.
How you go about getting on?
Oh yeah. How do you go about? Go on, say it.
How did you go about getting your films on the streaming platforms?
So I got a distribution from America. They approached me during the lockdown. They was just like, they liked Dismiss, so they uploaded it onto I think 4, like Amazon US, Sophie TV. What is it? Hyvio.
Okay.
And then another one. So they uploaded it to there, and then it got into Buff Film Festival, and they uploaded it to Apple TV. So I didn't do it myself.
Did you pitch it to them before the film was made, or with the script, and then? or
No,
after it
I
was
didn't do anything. I think with Dismiss, it just took its own merit, innit? Like I submitted it to festivals, so it got into 12 festivals. It won a monetary award from some festival in Brooklyn. Got screened, and then the distribution company in America, First Focus International, they approached me and they said they wanted to like distribute on some platforms.
okay.
So I let them do that, and then I've just got Buff. I'm gonna get onto another channel as well.
So they reached out to you and found.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
found me. Like I just saw this email and then I just approached them
Okay.
and then they got it up. Yeah.
Oh, so for those that maybe nobody's reaching out to them, but they're trying to push their film out there, what would you say? Where would you recommend to sources for them to go to?
So I think when people have films, a lot of the time they hold on to it and they clutch at it, and it's like, oh, it needs to go into this festival and that festival, and if it doesn't get into those festivals, they get really disheartened.
And when you say hold on to it, they're not putting it out anywhere.
They're not
even
putting it
on
out
YouTube.
online because a
Okay.
lot of film festivals, they won't accept the material if it's been out online, but some of them they won't
Okay,
accept
that's
it.
a good point, you know. So if it's on YouTube,
Yeah.
most film festivals won't accept it.
Some of them won't, yeah.
Right,
But I think
okay.
it's changing because obviously we've had COVID and everything's like video on demand now and online and all that. So I think a lot of that has changed because a lot of the festivals have moved online. But I think if you've got a strong piece, then it needs to be out there. Like even if people, like I've had people from universities contact me to use Dismissed, I'm just like, keep building it. Like 10 years, that's going to be what, 100 billion views, well, hopefully.
More and more and more.
Yeah,
and
but it's
more.
going to keep going, like,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a source material. Like people will use it to in education. Do you get what I mean? For the
and
young
the more
people.
work you're doing as well, people's gonna come back to your previous works
Exactly.
and see, okay, where did Aysha start? Let me watch.
Exactly.
These
This
previous
is what
films that was
people don't
dismissed
understand. People will always come back. Like, so it's not about like, oh, it's not blown up now, because it will blow up. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even like my YouTube, before I put Dismissed on, I had 600 subscribers because I wasn't really on it, like just film. But now it's nearly 6,000. So it just shows that nothing's not unseen. Do you get what I mean? And everything has its time. It's all about synchronicity and when stuff's gonna happen. So I'd say put it out there. You need to get your stuff out there.
Just put it on YouTube.
Just put it on
somewhere.
YouTube. Like, what you're holding on to it for. You made it. You invested your money, your time.
Yeah.
A festival is gonna give you a credit if you get into the festival, or if you even get the credit.
They don't pay.
No, you don't get paid from the
okay.
festival. So the festival is more for credentials, isn't it? So you might say, oh, you won an award at this festival, or I got a BAFTA, or I got this and that. But that doesn't necessarily mean your career's going to kick off. Because I know people that have, I know people that's got good credentials and they're still not where they need to be, or where they want to be, I should say. Do you get what I mean? So I just say pull it out there. Like, get a little strategy going and then get it out there. So I'm going to do a little video actually on like how to market your short film and get it out there. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Drop a couple of tips now.
What do you want? What do you want from me?
How to market your...
Got to pay for that, Josh.
The people,
I'm
one
joking.
tip.
One tip I would say is that you need to have social media. You need to build up some online presence for your film beforehand, because I know people that have made short films and they're like doing a screening and they haven't even got a social media page for the film. So I'm like, so how's anyone going to know about it? Like, you have to build up a momentum. So even before Dismissed came out, it still had like a social media page, still was on the website. So people was expecting it. They was waiting for it. So I'd say definitely get social media. When you're going to launch your film, get a marketing person, like, to at least push it for you for the 2 weeks. So just better than what you can do, because we don't know about the algorithms and all that. So you're putting it on your page, but we don't understand how to make it like go viral or to get other people to see it. So just pay the money. Like, this needs to be in your budget. So when I'm talking about 5K or whatever for the film, I had to have these things in my budget. Like, and it's not cheap. Like, you could be paying like £800. I had PR as well. So I think PR's good, especially if you got sort of an important subject matter, social impact. Get PR involved. So I got PR, so it got into
And
like the
PR,
voice.
for those who don't know, what's PR?
Public relations.
Okay.
So it's someone that would get your material out to the press, get you some interviews, and just build a buzz around it of what you're doing. So
Okay, cool.
PR's important, and telling your friends, get your family to share it, like, get it out there. Don't just wait for be hidden behind doing all this festival stuff. It's dead. You get what I mean? Just pull it out.
Cool.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
you got Absent.
Yep.
That's coming soon. So
Yep.
where are we at with Absent right now?
So Absent, we're just literally in pre-production.
Okay.
So Absent's a project that I've been trying to get off the ground for quite a while. And so just building up the team slowly, and it's coming together really nicely. Like, because obviously on my journey, I know a lot of people in the industry. So before, in my other films and stuff, I worked with, like I said, a lot of trainees, a lot of people up and coming. Like, with Absent, it's taking my career to the next level. So I'm working with professionals It's so
Nice. Yeah, it's happening.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it has to be that. And
Professional like directors, producers.
I'm directing it,
Okay.
but it'll be like I've got a professional producer on there. Like she's done budgets of up to 100 million. So
Whoa,
yeah,
okay.
she's proper.
Is Sam
proper
is,
DOP.
AJ? Okay. it's-
No, none of them's gonna be on there. So not all the time, but I do like to build new film families. But I do
Reconnect.
want to get into the habit of like having certain people that you always like you keep beside you in it, like and work with and stuff. But at the minute, it's always all my films have been different people. So I think it's like, especially when you're going to the next stage of your career, you want to work with people more experienced because it's all about growing and learning from others. Do you get what I
Yeah.
mean? Like at the where I've been so far in my career, I've sort of always been, I wouldn't say the highest, but I've always had the knowledge of how the production goes and everything, and having to train and teach people as well as try and make the film and all sorts of stuff. To where now with Absent, it's gonna be like a team in it, like they're doing
Yes,
this on a
yes.
daily, like they've got the credits, they've got the experience. So
And they're
yeah,
bringing it to the table as well.
yeah, exactly.
And
So
what's your what would you say is the most fun role of making a film? Like, was it directing, script writing, producing? Which one did you enjoy the most?
out of all of them,
Yeah, all the roles you've done.
it's hard to say actually, because
Yeah?
I think they're all different in their own way.
Okay.
So writing just takes me to a place like just completely, like I could just go into hermit mode, like into this world. Like I just finished, I've done 2 scripts this year, 2 features, and it took like weeks of my life away, but it's just such a beautiful process, like of just escaping the real world and going into these characters and building them up and all the different
Yes.
scenarios. It's just mad. I just
And
love it.
When you have like conversations about the characters in the film, it's like a real life situation you're kind of talking about.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
You're in your head, innit?
Yeah.
Like these are all your personalities coming over,
yeah.
and it's just spilling out of you. And then it's just, I love the writing process. And then I also like producing, because I'm like, I love to multitask and I love to be organised and I love planning. And I studied admin, business administration, when I left school. So I'm just like good at doing producing as well. But I'd say it would definitely be writing and directing hand
Writing
in
and
hand.
directing,
Yeah,
okay.
because directing's all the visuals, all the aesthetics of it, like
yes.
the mood, the tone, the music. Like that's the other side of
Yeah, I was
it.
gonna say the music. Like, how'd you go about picking and write music for your films, especially for Dismissed as well?
Well, Dismiss, I wanted something emotional, and it was really weird because I love piano music. Like, it's just a thing. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely love it. And I was just, I got a composer on board, and he wasn't right for the project because he was really good, but his compositions were really sort of like high end, and it was like for
Right.
some Hollywood film. And it's
Whoa,
like, this is an
okay.
indie film.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
needs something quite low key. So I found this guy on YouTube, and then just fell in love with his music. Absolutely beautiful playing, like he gets the emotion with it. And
Can we shout
approached
him out,
him.
or are we keeping it low?
Yeah, no, I can't pronounce his name though.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't say it. Is
Okay,
it? What
link
is
in-
it?
link in the
Jurivik.
description, link in the description.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't even know where he's from, but it's a weird name. I don't know. I don't want to butcher it. But yeah, he definitely put the link in the description. His videos, all these videos got like over 1 million views and stuff. So I approached him, and the song that I wanted, he said that wasn't for films.
Right.
It was for like people like want to sing and stuff like that. I can't remember what he said it was for, but he had another business where he sold little film compositions. And then he sent me this one. He was like, oh, maybe you'd like this one. And it was called Suicide.
Oh.
Yeah. And it just went perfectly with the whole like bits meshed together.
Yeah,
of
because
like
I like the music
flashback.
choice. That's why I asked.
Did
I
you?
specifically like the music you chose for.
Oh,
this
that's
one.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to know a bit about the process of it.
Oh,
Yeah, picking about the
okay.
music, yeah.
Yeah, that I love that song. And then we had Ray, that girl Ray, she wrote the end song She wrote it specifically for
Yeah.
Dismissed.
Right.
So that was, her song.
Okay.
So that's released as well on Spotify and that.
Oh yeah, I saw there's a playlist for.
Yeah, I was trying to do a playlist. That's what I'm saying. When I do stuff, I start to going over the top.
Yeah.
But there was I wanted a playlist of all like sort of songs relating to like bullying and that sort of theme in it. But I didn't get around to finishing it. So
Oh, okay, that's okay though.
yeah, I know.
But
Yeah.
soon. Everything.
Yeah,
in due
exactly.
time,
Everything in
due
the
time.
divine timing.
Amen. So the next project is Absent. Yeah.
Next
That
project's
is the next?
Absent. Yep. So that's gonna be the next project that I make. God willing.
Cool. And,
And-
when you looking to do that one this year?
Yeah, I want to get it done this year. It started off a bit slow, to be fair, because I had some other stuff that I was doing, like the films in it. I was trying to get that out because even though I'm doing like my academy, Aysha Scott Academy, I still need to build like content for my films.
Yeah.
So I've just been building that. So I just wrote one called The Dealer's Gal. That is like
Okay.
sick
Streets.
street film.
Yeah.
It's a love story.
Okay.
It's a romantic crime drama. So
Romantic. Okay.
yeah, it's a love
Okay.
story.
You got a
It's
lot of works.
eh?
You got a lot of works going on.
Yeah, I got.
It's building.
It's building.
The
It's
catalogue is
building. That's what I'm saying. Building the empire, one project at a time.
Step by step, it's going. And you
Yeah.
still got A Scott Productions, A Scott Academy.
Yeah,
So they work like hand in hand, isn't it?
yeah. So basically, well, I would. Yeah, pretty much work hand in hand because we do all this stuff. Because we have other services as well. But these are obviously things that are quite dormant at the moment. But I'm gonna be like expanding as the company grows. But we do sort of consultation in filmmaking, and then we've got consultation for like parents who want to get their kids in acting and things like that. And then we do photography, show reels, shooting show reels, self tapes. There's loads of stuff. It can just go so big,
It's
isn't
just
it?
expanding and
Yeah, just
expanding.
expanding.
Yeah,
Like every year, just keep building and building, and plant the seed,
Okay.
let it grow.
Yes. Well, I wish you all the best with it. I'm sure that there's going to be many more movies to come from you. More
Yeah,
films.
we need to do our
more
one.
quotes. I'm ready. We're ready.
Are you not ready?
Yeah. We're
All
here.
right, let
We're
me
here.
think. I'll get on
Some
to.
films in the plan anyway, you know.
Huh?
We got some films in
We
the
got a film. Yeah, we got films in the works as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll get on it,
got
innit?
the
So then at
scripts.
least when you come to doing reaction.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
No, because it's all a learning curve, innit? It's just about
Definitely.
shots and just certain things. So by the time we get to shoot that, we could aim for summer. Do you get? I mean, I'm on it now. I'm on my writing game. So I've started reaction, but I haven't finished it because I needed to get the Dealer's Girl done, and I've finished a biographical piece as well
Okay.
that I wrote on some girl's life story when she ended up in prison. So I've got that as well
Yeah.
coming out.
Projects in the works.
I've got bare projects. So I've got another one called Blackout and Skin Deep. So they're my next two sort of writing.
Okay. Is that before
Production.
Absent?
No,
That's
this is
coming-
in between.
okay.
Just
Okay.
well, until Absent gets the green light, I'm just gonna be writing,
Writing,
building. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah, this is what we want to hear. This is what we want to hear. Positive moves,
yeah.
more works coming, and
Keep building.
you have to keep building. You have to keep
Stay on that dream, guys. Don't give up. You will get
Mhm.
there. Bye.
Amen. And that's creative insight. Want to say quickly, big up Aysha for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Dismissed out now, over 1 million views, so check that out. And check out her YouTube channel as well, subscribe to her channel. But tell them where they can find you as well.
So you can find me on Instagram, Aysha, AYSHA, Scott, SCOTT. Is it official? _official. There's not many Aysha Scotts in this world. And then you can find me on A Scott Productions or Aysha Scott on YouTube, depending on what you want to see. Just put me in Google.
Jeez. Google me.
Google
me.
me. I'm in
Yeah?
Google. I got a Google badge. Have you?
Serious?
Have you got a Google badge?
Nah, not. I need to.
I never even knew.
I need to get that.
I don't even know.
What? Where you can put your business on?
They just make it for you. Like
cool.
if you put in Aysha Scott.
When you're there, they make it for you.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
you're up
So,
there.
but I've been doing work. They see my stuff for years. Remember, I've had I've been on the news. I've done like magazine shoots and all sorts of stuff. So when you type it in, it's like Aysha Scott director.
The blue tick's coming next.
Yeah, I
blue
need
tick-
my
the
blue.
blue
But it's
tick.
so hard to build
Yeah.
up on Insta, though, don't you think? Like,
There's too many bots nowadays.
Too
There's
many.
too many.
bots.
it's just.
Too many.
I'm on TikTok, and TikTok's
okay.
bad. Like, it's
Really?
Tell
yeah.
them your TikTok, man. Tell them your
Yeah,
TikTok.
shout out your TikTok.
So my TikTok is Aysha Scott, just literally, yeah.
AY.
SHASCOTT.
Links in description.
Link in description, yeah.
Yeah.
And for now, like, comment, subscribe to JV8 Studios. Remember, if you want that merch, Streets of Art. If you want high quality video production, films, music videos, podcasts like you're seeing today, events, birthdays, weddings, we got you covered, man. 4K visuals, fast turnarounds, editing, production, script writing, teamwork, all of that, man. So like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and Creative Insight out now.